Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Do you know people who have said that they're an atheist, but when a crisis hits, they ask you as a Christian to pray for them? Or people who say they believe in God, but don't seem to have much use for Him unless they have a problem? That would be Abijah. He was Rehoboam's son, Solomon's grandson, David's great-grandson. By the time he became king, religion in Judah was nothing but ritual. He knew about God, but he didn't know Him. He knew the stories about God and he believed them, but he hadn't experienced God for himself. The 1 Kings 15 passage about Abijah says, "He walked in all the sins of his father. His heart was not loyal to the Lord his God, as was the heart of his father David." However, one event in Abijah's life stood out so much that it got recorded in 2 Chronicles 13. Abijah, king of Judah, and Jeroboam, king of Israel, went to war. Jeroboam had 800,000 men to Abijah's 400,000, so Abijah was outnumbered 2-1. Yet Abijah boldly stood where his enemies, Israel, could hear. He gave a history lesson from his perspective. God, he said, has given his family dominion over all of Israel. But Jeroboam had attacked Rehoboam when he was young and inexperienced. But Jeroboam had made idols, kicked the Levites out, and made just anyone priest to worship things that are not God. But we, meaning Judah, the southern kingdom, he said, we have not left the Lord our God. The Levites are our priests, just as God said. We burn sacrifices and incense morning and evening. We set out showbread and use the gold furniture and burn lamps every evening. We have not forsaken God. Then Abijah said, "Now look, God himself is at our head, and his priests with sounding trumpets to sound the alarm against you. O children of Israel, do not fight against the Lord God of your fathers, for you shall not prosper." Abijah didn't pray or ask God for help. He just assumed that God would help him, since he had checked off all the boxes. I guess Jeroboam figured if God was at their head, he'd go and attack from behind. At this surprise attack, it says Judah cried out to the Lord. Now that's when God proved he wasn't just at their head. He was everywhere, and he protected them. The battle was his. Verses 15 and 16 says, "The men of Judah gave a shout, and God struck Jeroboam and all of Israel before Abijah and Judah, and God delivered them into their hand." All they did was cry out and shout, and God did the rest. Verse 18 says, "The children of Judah prevailed because they relied on the Lord God of their fathers." God proved to Abijah who he was by conquering his enemy and making Abijah mighty. But the Bible does not say that this battle became a turning point in his life and he obeyed the Lord and became a godly king. His legacy was written down that he walked in sin and his heart was not loyal to the Lord. That word loyal is translated differently in different versions. His heart was not perfect, or he was not faithful to the Lord, not wholly, fully devoted. The Hebrew word here is that his heart was not in shalom with God. Now we know shalom as meaning peace, but it also means perfect, whole, and completed. So his heart had a hole in it. When someone does not know the Lord, they have a hole in their life that only complete surrender to God can fill. Going to church and checking off boxes like Abijah was doing isn't going to fill that void. Neither is doing good things, throwing yourself into your work, staying busy, getting married, or trying to fill your life with things. None of it will satisfy us. None of it will make us feel fulfilled or whole. In fact, they sometimes make us feel even more empty and unsatisfied. As Solomon found, they make you feel like vanity of vanities, all is vanity. Only a relationship with the Lord can fill us. Abijah never had that. The Bible records that he grew mighty and married 14 wives and had lots of children. But he died a few years after this battle without feeling fulfilled. Do you feel like you have a void in your life? Only complete surrender to God can fill it. The Lord doesn't want a once-in-a-while emergency relationship. He wants our all.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.